Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Steven with SG Saber Design, and today I've got a rather rare saber on my desk, at least it is as far as I can tell looking online. This is Solos Hold's Darkstar. This was the Dark Saber version from Clone Wars or Rebels, just the animated series. Very square looking one. It's a very nicely made hilt, held together with a lot of magnets. This piece comes off with magnets, and it has your blade retention. We'll get to that in a little bit. There are magnets right here, and I know from looking at it online, there is a piece that, another piece of the hilt that kind of comes up like that, which did not come with this for the install. Now the one I saw online, they used pins here and to hold that on. This one they've got magnets, so maybe that piece is sitting on someone's shelf. You've got power and aux, and right now we are in a kind of display mode. So in order to open this up, I've already loosened these. There's a set screw here and here. I've loosened them up so I can pull this out, and this is held on with magnets to this as well. So what we need to do to use this, loosen that a little bit more, until this piece will slide out. Set that off to the side. Let me just tighten that so I don't lose it. Now, with that out, it makes it a lot easier to open this up. It really makes it possible to open it up. This is held on with a lot of magnets. A bunch here, a bunch here. These are not all in use because it already holds pretty well. The weathering in here, I've tried to clean that up as much as possible, but that kind of makes it stick a little bit there. So here we have the chassis that I designed for this. Looked at a couple online videos, saw what other people had done, and kind of mimicked that a bit. As you can see, we've got a Profi 2.2 in reverse orientation, just so I can get to the SD card and the micro SD a little bit easier. We've got our two tactile switches here. I've got a 10 pixel strip right here, kill switch, 18650 battery, and a Smuggler's Outpost Darkside speaker, 28 millimeter. So to use this, you can put this back in, and let me just tighten that up real quick. Okay, that's not going anywhere. So we're going to turn it. Well, before we go into this, let me talk about the other half of this install. This is the blade of the Darkstar. This came as just a hollow piece of plastic with this piece here as kind of a plug to hold your pixel strips inside, and then a bunch of decals because it needs quite a bit. And there's, if you can see, there's actually a strip of electrical tape under there, because even with their both decals on each side, you can see the pixels straight through. What I know a lot of people call corn cobbing. So you see all these little dots from the pixels. So saw a number of people had put a strip of electrical tape on there, and that completely fixed that issue. Now the light comes from the edges, just the way it's supposed to. As you can see down here, we've got 3 pin connectors and wires that go in. So these things have to go in, and had to put a little bit of super glue in there to hold them so they don't pull back out. But then if you look, you can see the wiring in there, because once it's in there, you have to be able to wire to your pixel strips. And there's two pixel strips, on each side. I've got 106 pixels on each side. But then the wiring kind of has to just get mashed in down here at the bottom. And the lighting strip only goes up to here. So your tip and the very bottom don't get a whole lot of lighting. I mean, it was a pretty decent attempt, but I mean, I'm not real sure just how sturdy this is going to be, because when it goes into your saber, just orient it so it's like that, and just gently get that lined up, and then it slides in like that. And we tighten up our retention screw. Put that back on. And as you can see, there's, I mean, that's as far as it would have gone regardless. That's just how it's designed. That just feels like a very weak, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going to break, but I mean, I certainly would not duel with this at all. It just feels like that. It looks to me like that is just a weak spot. So let's go ahead and fire this up, and we'll go over the install. Kill switch.
She can't take it. It must be won in battle.
And I looked and looked, and I could not find a Darksaber font from the cartoon series. Apparently there was one made, but that person apparently has left the hobby, and the website is gone, and I was not able to locate it anywhere. I asked a number of people, and nobody I knew had that available. So I've got a number of Darksaber fonts on here, and then Dustin also wanted other Rebels fonts. So that's what we've got loaded up. So let me go ahead and just to this piece here, just fits in there until the magnets kind of hold it on. And get that lined up, and that just sits in there, and it's pretty tight. So let's go ahead and fire this up. Activation's right here. And even with that tiny hole for ventilation, it's still got some good sound. You can see that. Look, you can see all the pixels in there. There's no way to really hide that, but looks really good. Pardon me. This camera mount is no longer working very well for me. Okay, let's go.
The Darksaber. It belongs to you. My rightful place as leader of Deathwatch. On that thing for weeks. What kind of lightsaber could he possibly build with the junk we have laying around?
This is, I believe, Kyberphonics staple gun. Very good sound.
Ezra Bridger.
Loth Hero.
Jairus, Jedi Knight. Kid, I'm about to let everyone in on the secret. The Force will be with you. Always. The Darksaber. It belongs to you.
And that's all we've got on there at the moment. Dustin, if you have any other specific requests for fonts, please let me know, and I can get those loaded up before I send this. Otherwise, just when you're done, you just pull that out. It just pulls out, and this will just snap right back on there. Dustin, thank you for sending this and letting me install this. This was a fun one. I think this might be, Now, this is the second one I've done in a kind of a square chassis style, where the chassis went in from the side instead of loading in from the bottom. So it makes it a little bit easier to figure out where things are going. So it was a lot of fun. But if everything is good, I will get this packed up and in the mail possibly today. Thank you, everyone. And if everyone has any questions, please leave a message or you can contact me on my Etsy shop. Thank you. And may the force be with you.